This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm joined by John Ryder out here in Texas. John, it's been an eventful few days out here. What's it been like back in the UK?
Mate, it's been quite nice. Obviously, bank holiday weekend. Was always due to come out here today for the last couple of weeks. Then yesterday's events made it a bit more interesting, a bit more exciting. Just a few chats, and everyone thinks I'm coming over to replace Billy Joe, but. Listen, I was coming over regardless, but yeah, I'm glad the fight's back on and properly cemented now that they're both fighting each other, and it's what the boxing fans needed.
Now, let's touch on that, John. There were a lot of reports coming out yesterday that yourself and Carlos Gongora were in the frame to step in for Billy Joe if he had decided to walk away from this fight. What was your position on it, and what was your stance?
Well, it's the same. It was a bit more extra luggage. You know what I mean, I might need a protector and a gum shield, but I was already on my way here today, packed my bags and ready to come. Yeah, but listen, like I say, I'm glad it's resolved, and yeah, we're being for a treat Saturday night.
If you had been asked to step in, would you have been ready to do so?
Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal. I'm training for June 26th, so it's a bit earlier than anticipated, but you've got to take these opportunities when they arise.
So John, for you now, kind of looking towards Saturday night, we've seen everything seems to be agreed now, unless there's any other hiccups in these next coming days. What do you expect from it, Canelo, Billy Joe?
Well, I don't know. It depends how they go in the ring. If the tempers are still flaring, then it could be a right barnstormer. But I expect Billy Joe to box nicely, circle around the ring. He's obviously got the bigger ring that he wants to perfect his game plan in. So it's going to make for an interesting fight. I mean, imagine he's asked for all this for a big ring and he goes out there and just stands toe to toe with Canelo. It'd be a surprise us all, wouldn't it? But no, listen, he's going to employ his tactics and he does it well. It's just if he can do it for 12 rounds and stay on the outside and not get tagged, then it could be his fight.
What have you made about all the talk with regards to the ring, John? From your perspective as a fellow fighter, somebody who's looking at that world scene, what have you made of Billy Joe ultimately saying that unless the ring issue was sorted, he wasn't going to fight?
Well, listen, he's not got much on his side. I know there's no English judge and things have gone against him a bit, so fair play to him. He's stuck to his guns. Billy Joe rarely dances to another tune. He sticks by his plans, and so be it. But he's in a good position. He's not just coming in with nothing. He's got a world title to his name, and he's playing his part in the unification.
Moving away from this card, John, just get your thoughts, get an update from yourself on your own career. Obviously, well documented, you're looking to get that fight with Morrell cemented. What is the latest with regards to it?
The latest I'm hearing is June 26 in Minnesota on a PBC show. Just waiting for that all to be confirmed, but hoping in the coming days, week, we can get it all confirmed. I'm training hard. It's nice to come out here and have a change of scenery, but I'm still going to do a bit of training out here and keep fit. So I'm fully focused on June 26th.
How refreshing is that? You just said it's nice to come out here, change of scenery. How refreshing is it, even if it's only for a matter of 5 or 6 days, just to get away from the UK scene and maybe reset your mind, if that's the right way to put it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was nice to get a bit of peace and quiet on the plane. Obviously, I've got 2 kids at home, and it's not always easy to get a bit of quiet. So it's nice to get on the plane. Nice to get here. Nice to see a few familiar faces. Settle into the hotel. Get a negative COVID test, which is always good. And yeah, just look forward to the week's build-up.
Now, John, the camp recently, the guys you train with, there's been a very good run of victories over the recent months. Just going back over, I just want to get your thoughts on how everybody's performed and the buzz in particular around the gym, because certainly in these last few years, this may well be the best run of wins the gym's been on. Don't know whether you disagree or not.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, we know what a good trainer Tony is, and it's nice to see that everyone is finally standing up and taking notice. He's a quality trainer. He's more than a trainer to us all. He's a real figure to us. I mean, he teaches us the right from wrong, and yeah, it means a lot to more than us just a trainer-fighter relationship. So it's good, and it's glad to see he's getting the credit. Obviously, Conor Benn's win was sensational. Who would have thought he'd have done it? We was all confident he'd win, but not in the first round. Ted Cheeseman looked great against Metcalf. Felix Cash looked awesome against Bentley, and obviously Martin Wall's coming up shortly in Vegas. And again, expect it to continue. Craig was unlucky at the weekend, but he just showed that he can mix it at world level, and probably a bit more belief in himself early doors. He could have come away with a bit more.
John, just on Tony, I always love asking his fighters their thoughts on him. When I interviewed him just after Felix's win, Tony mentioned how he tries to take more of a fatherly figure with yourselves. Do you see that when you are in the gym with him, when you speak to him, do you feel like he does try to adapt to that type of role within the camp and with you all?
Yeah, I think he's got a good balance. He's it's not all boxing with him all the time. We can go away on camp and he's not driving us mad with boxing talk all day, every day. It's like we can chat to him about the football, about whatever. Do you know what I mean? So it's good. He's there to guide us in life, in properties, in cars, and what to do and what not to do. So he is more than just a box trainer. He is more of a father figure, yeah, and he's a great man.
Just on a couple of those recent wins, the stoppage ones in particular, Conor Benn, you mentioned it there, don't think anybody really thought he'd do it in the first round, but it's a statement win from Conor. What do you think will be next for him? We know we've spoken about Amir Khan, Cal Brook. Do you think one of those fights would be right for him at this stage of his career?
Well, going off that performance, yeah, why not? But no, I know they want to do a lot more building with him, I suppose. It's great getting these early knockovers, but there will be time when he comes into a tough fight and he's got to dig deep, and we'll see him do it before and we'll see him do it again, I'm sure.
And obviously Felix Cash as well, going on to away soil on a Frank Warren show, picking up a third round stoppage victory. Just once again, how impressive was Felix, and what's next for him?
He was great, weren't he? I mean, there's a lot of big fights there now. I know Frank Warren was saying after the fight that he wants Liam Williams to go back, and I mean, but after Williams' fight with Andrade, does he really want to drop back to British level? Be nice to see Felix win that outright and keep it for good, but it's a hard time. Do you know what I mean? He's cracking on with his career. There is probably bigger and better opportunities out there for him, like the European or down an international route and get a world title shot. So hopefully he just keeps busy, keeps winning and becomes world champion.
Right, John, I want to leave a final word to yourself before I leave you to enjoy the rest of this beautiful weather. For everybody back home who's going to tune in, continue to follow in your career this year, and looking forward to your bout hopefully announced soon in June. Take it away, final word.
Just keep supporting. Hopefully we can get this show announced soon. June 26th, I'm here in Minnesota. Hopefully get a win and come back to the UK as the WBA world champion.
John, as always, it's a pleasure to catch up with you. Stay safe, and I'm sure I'll see you around the hotel. Thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
Thank you for having me.